I'm Pilot Daniel. In this video, I will be showing you how we made Pepsmore bread nylon from the graphics through the film printing, plate making, printing, cutting, and then packaging of the bread you're seeing. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss my videos. So once again, welcome on board.
Gentlemen, actually I use CorelDRAW to make my designs. As you can see, I'm using CorelDRAW to make the graphics. By the way, I actually started using CorelDRAW from version 5.0 way back 1998, and then as we progress, but that's a story for next time. I do my graphics with CorelDRAW, and then I do the color separation manually. There's digital color separation, but in this case I do manual separation so that I'll be able to print them individually on laser films. And then this is my laser printer where I make the printing using laser films, A3 size to be precise. Then I will carefully put them together, as you can see, and then slit join using masking tape and all of that to form a whole length of the film as required. I'll be showing you how this is done briefly because this is a quite inspiring one, and of course very interesting. As these films are put together in badges, I will use my masking tape to put them together, of course, after slitting and then removing the sides that are not necessary, and then the process will continue. This actually requires so much carefulness, and you do really need to be very careful doing this. Remember, that's not an ordinary table. It's called a light table with bulbs underneath, creating a level of illumination for you to be able to join these films properly. There is, of course, if you don't have a light table, it's going to be a little strenuous, but then it's still possible. You can put your films together. Oh yeah, it's simple. And then I'll use my rule, very long one, of course, this is about 1 meter, to cut and then join using my masking tape. Of course, you can ask me questions if you want to know more about this. It's called lithography. I'll cut off the unnecessary sides, the oversized part of the film, leaving alone the black negative films. This is one. I'll have to do the same in all, depending on how many colors you want to work with. In this one, I think it's sky blue and white. This is the sky blue film. It's going to be transferred using the plate making machine into a rubber stereo, and this is the white of it. That's the sky blue. We have this particular job for round, and then there's the sliced bread, which are 8 by 11 inches and 8 by 17 inches for the mini slice, and then the round bread. At this point, this is the rubber stereo. You can see we'll use the film to measure and then cut. Remember, this particular material, this is the rubber, is light sensitive. We are doing this because this is not the light here is not heavy. If for any reason it sees solar light, sunlight, it's gone. Believe me, it's quite expensive. And then on this part, we'll take all the films after cutting them, pre-expose them, and then take them back to the exposure unit where the negative black films will be placed on top of these stereo plates and then allowed to properly expose before the washing is done. And this is the pre-exposing, which is the back side of the film, of the plate. Depending on the machine you have, you choose the number of seconds you want to pre-expose here, the machine, and of course the material you're using. This plate is DuPont. the pond plate. So we choose to expose for about 60 to 65 seconds. The pre-exposure, 50 to 65 seconds, so that's correct. And then the proper exposure, we do about 280 seconds. That's the main exposure. You place the film on top of the plate on the reverse. So whatever the film, as you place this film, it must be more like upside down or mirrored. If you place it in a way you can read it, then the plate will come out mirrored. That would be bad. So then the vacuum is switched on, air is being removed. There's a vacuum sucking air, making this film to lap on the stereo plate. With the rubbing, any particle of air, tiny particle, no matter how they are removed, then the exposure proper. All works but no play. You know what, it makes jacks. Of course, while that is being done, we take our time to clean our washing unit, because it has to be dry to make sure the plate glues to it when it's time for washing. After exposure, we place our tester tape behind the plates. Place tester tapes behind the plate to ensure proper gluing to the washing section. And the tester tape. You know, the tester tape comes in a form where both sides can stick, so it's front and back. After sticking, the other back side, you have to carefully remove the covering to expose the sticky part so that you'll be able to stick it to any surface or roller, as the case may be. So the films are removed, and then the plate is sticked to the washing unit. That's the developing. Can actually call it washing, because with this, see this plain plates, you see those images on the black negative film will be engraved on these plates after washing. Look at it, that's developed already. The image you saw on the black films transferred into this rubber stereo. Don't forget to subscribe to our units, to our channel. Of course, our various social media handles, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you can always get my videos whenever I post them. On Facebook, click the like or follow button. Instagram, follow. We'll take our time to clean up the plate, so if there's any stain from the washing that didn't go out properly, it will go out. This part of the developing. And then the stereo plate is taken to another unit called the drying section, where it will be allowed for over 1 hour to properly dry. After the drying, it will be pre-exposed again and then taken to the stabilizing section. Quite a long process, but all of these are done within a day and then also printed the same day. The plate is ready, and then the sides are being trimmed off to ensure neat job. The rubber stereo is then placed on a tester tape covering the entire back. With the tester tape, you'll be able to mount this stereo on the rollers for printing. Use a tape or double-sided tape. The back of it is protected with the yellow paper which doesn't allow you to stick to it. Once you take out that paper, once you peel off the yellow paper, then you'll be able to stick this same to any surface that allows it, especially the rollers for printing. You place the rubber stereo on the roller. The rollers are of different sizes. The sizes will determine the width of nylon which you want to print. As in this case, I think it's 8 inches. So the roller for 8 inches is different from the roller for 9 inches, for different widths of nylon you want to produce. So you must be sure of the width of the nylon you want to produce to determine the size of the roller you will choose for the job. And then the roller is mounted on the machine depending on the color you want to print, and then the setup begins. It can take up to 30 minutes or 20 minutes to set up a particular job for printing, depending on the operator, of course. That's the white is being mounted, and then the gauge will be taken. Most cases you first print the lighter colors, like in this case the white is printed first, and then hence this job is of two colors, white and sky blue. The white is printed and then the sky blue will register on top of it. The process is simple. The stereo picks ink from the roller and then stamps on the nylon. That's the printing techniques here. Interesting, right? And then this speed is slow, it's about speed 4 to enable proper registration. Once that is done, then you can increase to up to speed 30, which is very fast anyway. For purpose of recording, we'll have to use a slower speed to be able to capture. At this other end, the sky blue is printing. You can see it. Amazing. It passes through the dryer and then comes back on the unwinding section. Right to the core, is back to the paper core. This is a printed job. And then this is the folding, cutting, sealing section. It goes through this process, folded already, you can see with the front side. It was longer than this white printing, front and side print are stretched, and this machine folds it. And this is the cutting section. It cuts and seals simultaneously with heat, and then the conveyor brings it out. This is ready for use. Once it gets to 200, the machine will beep and stop. The operator will take it out and fold it into one. That's good. Our nylon is ready and bread is packaged. If you want more of this, follow my page, subscribe to my channel, and of course, with our numbers, you can get us for your own printing if you want to. If you also want to have establishments such as this, do well to contact me for a guide. Bread is ready. That's the slice. Don't forget to subscribe. That's it. We can help you set up yours.